Bianca Joulianou is an artist from the Sydney area whose first release this year was the song Gambling Man. She did have a single before that too. She now has an irresistible new single, Bad Routine, which I can't get out of my head, so I'm classifying it as an earworm too. Hello, Bianca.
Hi Sophie, how you going?
I'm very well, thank you. And yeah, I've been hearing this song on ABC Country. It's just that every time I hear it, I'm like, yep, that's now staying in my head for a really
Oh, I
long
love that.
time. It's a great song. But I will start by asking you how you've been since we last spoke, because we had a chat about Gambling Man.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, I released a single, so that's awesome. But yeah, no, I've been working away in the studio and doing heaps of gigs, heaps of country shows. So yeah, it's been pretty good since I last spoke to you.
Yeah, because I believe you've been opening for some acts like Dylan Wright, who we know Australian Idol winner, and also in the band Sons of Atticus. I was having a little brain blank there as about his band name. You've also supported Shannon Noll, Diesel, and the Wet Whistle, so that's a pretty packed schedule in and of itself.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. It was so cool opening for all of them because they're all such great artists and they also know so much about the industry. So it was really cool to learn from them as well.
Yeah, and Dylan's pretty lovely. I've interviewed him a few times too. And you were also recently performing at the Sunset Sounds Festival. Now, was that in the Campbelltown area or
Yeah,
somewhere
I
else?
think we spoke about that when we spoke about Gambling Man because that was coming up.
Oh, right, there you go. It's come
Yeah.
and gone. I totally missed going to it. I managed to not put it in my diary. So, did you have fun?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think that was my first big stage show. So it was really cool. I got to sing some originals. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
And you've also been playing a little bit at Jolene's in the CBD. Now, I haven't managed to catch you there because I work in the CBD and the Jolene's music sometimes starts at like 8 p.m. So, I'm not hanging around till then. But that's developed a real following and crowd, that venue.
Yeah, Jolene's is great, and the owners that run it, Simon and Lucy, they're awesome. They have so much respect for the industry, and they have so much love for the artists that they have on. So it's really nice to do a gig at a place where they really respect you.
Do you tend to play solo there or do you have a band with you?
I haven't done a band gig there, but probably in the future. But yeah, it's usually solo.
I have to say that I know that you're a professional and performers are professional, but every time I see a solo artist getting up in front of a crowd like that, because they're pretty noisy in there, I often
Yeah.
think, oh God, like what's that? What's that like? Does it feel a little bit like you're exposed, like almost like you're a gladiator performing in front of a crowd?
No, I love it. Especially when you get like, well, I mean, at Jolene's, everyone's coming up for after work drinks, so everyone
Yeah.
everyone wants to party. So it's really cool, especially if the crowd's really engaging.
Are there particular songs you'll play at that venue that you won't play anywhere else?
Ooh, no. Oh, you know what? I mean, the owners love Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I usually play a bit of Fleetwood Mac for them. I don't usually play Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, that's true.
Other than that, yeah, my country music, I kind of play everywhere.
Are there songs that you play? And I'm saying jollies because they do have regulars there. Are there songs that you play there that get always get a really strong response every time you play them?
Yeah, I mean chicken fried, obviously. Um, what else? Yeah, when I play a Zach Bryan song, everyone
Okay.
loves those. So
Right.
popular in that bar. But yeah, all your modern artists, they usually go off, which is good.
It is good. I'd like them to go off for Australian songs as well, those crowds, and that's
Yeah,
part of the bigger project. But I think it's also proof of concept that there is an audience there in the city area for country music.
yeah, I love that because you can play like a not a really well known country song, and you'll get a handful of people that know it, and it feels good.
Yeah, that's great. Do you tend to go there ever as just as a punter to be in the crowd?
No, I haven't actually. I was thinking of going this weekend before the Kelsey Ballerini concert,
Okay.
so we'll see how it goes.
So yes, I again have I've blanked that she's in town because she's American. So I actually pay attention to the Americans. Now you combine a day job, in inverted commas, with I always say like day job because they're full-time jobs, and
Yeah.
but you combine this with music, which is a lot to balance actually. Look, because you obviously have to organize your time to do your work, and then nighttime for performance. But there's also a lot of business and admin that goes with being an artist. So do you feel like you're working 7 days a week a lot of the time?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, especially if I'm finishing up work at like 6 o'clock in Western Sydney and then have to head out into the city for like an 8 o'clock gig. It's like non-stop. But I mean, that's like the fun of it. I kind of like being busy and
Mhm.
but also making time for my writing and that as well has been a bit hard. But I'm trying to make it more of a priority because things are really hectic at the moment. But yeah, it is difficult, but I'm trying to get a grip on it.
Now, for anyone who's not from Sydney, what Bianca's just described, leaving Western Sydney at 6 p.m. for an 8 p.m. show in the city is it could be classified as cutting it fine.
Yeah, especially traffic is
Because
the worst.
traffic is the worst, and also getting into the CBD and trying to park.
Yeah, oh, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think if at Jolie's how you would even load in. Basically, I'm not sure you can even pull up outside the
Well,
door.
they've got. I use all their equipment, so that's the best
Um,
thing about the venue. So all I have to bring is my guitar, which is good.
that's pretty good. Now, you talked about trying to make time for writing. Do you find you're better if you have a focused slot to write as opposed to just trying to snatch bits and
Yeah,
pieces of time here and there?
yeah, that's a great question because recently I've just started locking in dates and times for when I want to write.
Hmm.
And it's been helping a lot because yeah, like I'm super busy. So yeah, it's a good time for me to just okay, that's time for writing. Lock myself in the room, ignore everything else, and just write for whatever time I've scheduled it for.
Because I need to point out that the job you do during the day is not one where you can have time to write because you're a mental health support
Yeah,
worker. So you have clients and you'd be pretty occupied with them.
yeah, exactly. Always occupied with them, and it's very busy, and it's hard to get a moment for yourself as well. So when I come home, I try to unwind from that and yeah, separate my writing from the hectic day at work.
Do you ever find that performing actually helps you unwind because it's quite different? It's sort of I guess it's dealing with a lot more people. It's an external activity in a lot of ways, whereas during the day it's you and one other person.
Yeah, totally. It's such a nice way to unwind for me, especially when it's a good gig and like the crowd's loving you and singing along, and then by the end of it, I'm just feeling so happy and refreshed and like, oh, this is such a great way to end the day. So yeah, I love that. I love when that happens.
And then you get to go home, try to unwind from that, and then get up
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
it all again.
Because I get home, try to go to sleep, and I'm like, oh, I'm still in a high from that gig.
Yeah. I think it's quite a thing actually to try to unwind after performing. One of the ways you can unwind though is by going on a holiday. Now, you have recently been to Japan, and I did want to ask about this because it's a popular destination for Australians at the moment. So, no doubt there will be people watching or listening who've been to Japan fairly recently. How long did you go for, and did you love it?
Yeah, we went for 2 weeks. Oh, it was so good. Honestly, whoever's listening, I highly recommend Japan. It's such a beautiful place, and it's so I was very shocked at how much I actually liked it. Even the city, like I'm not really a city girl, but the city, like Tokyo, is amazing. The food's incredible.
Yes, everyone who goes tends to post content about the food, and which I feel is a little unfair for those of us who can't have it. Hopefully, you like sushi
Yeah, if you don't like sushi, I wouldn't bother, but
and matcha. Everyone's having their matcha.
yeah, matcha everywhere.
It's, was there a particular highlight? Did you go to Kyoto? Did you get to Mount Fuji? Anything like that?
Yeah, so we did go to Kyoto and we did Mount Fuji and Tokyo and Osaka.
Hmm.
And yeah, they were all just amazing. I think we liked Kyoto the best. But everything, the food everywhere was incredible. It's a very livable place. I could definitely live there.
Okay. Well, for the time being, you're back in Australia for the Christmas in the summertime, and you have this new single, Bad Routine. So, when did you write this one?
I actually wrote it about a year ago. Um, and I didn't really do anything with it because I didn't really know how I wanted it to sound. So, and then a few months ago, I went through my songbook and I came across Bad Routine,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. So that's when I messaged Jake Davey, my producer. We went into the studio with the song, and then we kind of just experimented with it, and yeah, it is what it is now. I'm very
So,
happy.
because I guess it's that thing when you're writing a lot that the songs kind of appear and then move through you, and
Yeah,
you write them down and you won't remember
yeah,
unless you find it.
yeah. Yeah, I've got so many songs in there. It's crazy. I really should start making it a thing going through the songbook because there's lots of bangers in there. Songs that I wrote when I was like 16. I'm like, talented back then. Had no idea.
Well, and also it's at a time when you can't write as much as you'd like to. You've got a catalog already,
Yeah, exactly. So you can just kind of go back and touch up on songs. It's great.
and you might surprise yourself with what's
Yeah,
there too.
like I did.
Do you think, especially for songs written when you were a teenager, is it a bit like looking into your own diary?
Oh, for sure. Like the things I wrote about when I was young, I'm like, wow, so deep in my feelings. I had no idea. Um, but yeah, you can also see how much I've progressed as a writer. Um, Looking back through all the songs I wrote when I was 16, and it's a nice thing to see because at least it makes you feel like okay, you are going somewhere.
Yeah. So, given, when you wrote those songs, you wouldn't have had a lot of performance behind you, and now you do. Do you find that when you're writing, you are thinking about how this song's going to translate to an audience and how it's going to be performed? And do you think that that's shaping what you're writing?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the last two singles I released, I really thought about that a lot because I do want my songs to resonate with people, but I also want them to be songs that I want to sing live. So yeah, that's a big thing for me as well.
Yeah. There is a lot to think about, I think,
Yeah,
for artists. It's
every single note you have to think about, like, oh, do I want the ooh to go like up there or down there? And yeah, it's a lot to think about.
well, and also I would imagine it even just the idea of can I perform this with a band? So if I've written it acoustic and it sounds great acoustic, how's it going to be with a band?
Yeah, that's what I thought with Bad Routine when I sang it acoustically. But then I went into the studio and I'm like, let's just make this like really rocky, perfect for a band to play. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because speaking of a banger, yes, it is that. And so you talked about working with your producer, Jake Davey. Do you travel to Jake to
yeah,
record in his studio?
so worth it though. He's great.
Yeah. So when you were talking about this song, did he have the concept for how it would sound as it is now, or did the two of you go back and forth once you were in the studio?
We did have the same kind of concept when in terms of like rockiness and really upbeat. Um, but I feel like it wasn't as rocky when we first started. I think we just said, okay, let's add more electric guitars throughout the whole session. But
Okay.
I just love that.
So I should ask you if you feel that you currently have any bad routines.
um, do I have any bad routines at the moment? Probably not setting enough time, like I said, for my writing, which is a very bad routine. Yeah. And obviously leaving clothes on the floor.
Well, both of these things can be corrected, but also I do think artists do have to pack a lot in, and it can just be a
Exactly.
case of if it's not a bad routine, it's not really your fault, that you can't write songs
Yeah.
at the
And then
moment. Yeah.
I have time for washing. It's not our fault.
Yes, well, the washing I'm not going to comment on because we can all be adults. So does Jake play some of the other instruments on the song?
Yeah, he played basically all the guitars and the bass, and then we got someone in to do the drums. But yeah, he basically did all the guitars and all the solos. So yeah, he's so cool. He's very talented, and he was
Yeah.
actually so stoked in the studios. Like when he was like figuring out what to play, I'm like, yeah, Jake, that sounds mad. Keep going, trying to like G him up and boost up his confidence. But yeah, he loved it too. I think you could tell on his face.
Yeah. Jake's, I think, getting busier and busier. So I'm wondering how far ahead you had to book him up for this.
Yeah, I think I did have to book him up quite early, and we actually locked in two songs.
Okay.
I think I stayed for the weekend, and we recorded two songs that weekend. So yeah, it was very good, very successful.
So that suggests that perhaps there is another single
Yeah,
coming.
definitely. It's basically nearly ready to go. So I'm hoping to release that maybe early next year. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
And I know timing of releases is a thing with streaming platforms, but it's also a thing for country music artists relative to Tamworth, because a lot of people release music around that. But given that this song's just come out, I'm guessing you're not going to release the next single around Tamworth. That'd be too soon.
Yeah, too soon for me.
Do you have any plans for Tamworth?
Yeah, I'll be going up for a few days. I've got quite a few gigs over there this year. I'm really excited for. I'll be doing the Ronald McDonald charity event
Mhm.
on the 19th, the Sunday. I want to say the 19th. And I've got Riverside Stage. I've got quite a few, and I'm really excited because I think this is going to be a good year there.
How many times have you been before?
I think this will be my third time or fourth.
And do you tend to use it more like as a, because I know a lot of artists like to catch up with their friends as a networking, but also just hanging out.
Yeah, well, this year I've actually made a lot more industry friends. So obviously they're all going to be there. So yeah, it'll be really cool to catch up with them and maybe do some songwriting sessions with people.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited for that as well.
Do you feel like you've made some more industry friends in the Sydney area as well? Because I think part of the issue for artists in Sydney is that everyone's so spread out and the venues are not necessarily close to each other either.
Yeah, I've made quite a few Sydney friends because I've been doing lots of country shows and meeting all the musos there and also doing some like Zoom calls for songwriting. So it's been cool. Yeah, I've met quite a few.
Because I think now the name's escaping me and I should have written it down because uh, there are some shows going on. It's country out west or something like that, and I know that you've played
Country, yeah.
out west country. There you go. I was close. So because I keep seeing them and then I can't make them, but it sounds like they've been going pretty well.
Yeah, I do quite a few shows with those guys. They're really awesome and they set up really good events and they get really good turnouts. And that's really boost my music career as well.
Yeah.
It gives me opportunities to sing my originals and yeah, love that. Love those guys.
Well, it is good to hear that Sydney's doing something because I keep hearing about how good the scene is in Brisbane, and it's like, oh, we should be able to do something here.
Yeah. They're really hitting the mark there because we do need a lot more Sydney country events.
I concur with that assessment, Bianca.
Yeah,
Just not sure where the venues would be. I think is the
yeah,
main thing. So if you or any other artists have ideas, just form a little conglomerate and get together and do it.
yeah.
There you go. It's really easy. Go on. So looking ahead to next year, you have the single that you've already recorded, and even though you haven't had some writing time, you do have this catalog. So are you planning to record at some stage if you have the songs, or are you going to wait till you have some songs and then plan some more recording?
Well, I do have a song that I'm nearly finished writing that I want to get into the studio for next year. So I'll probably like to do that quite soon. And then yeah, maybe collab with more songwriters to write some more. That would be really cool.
Do you have any dream collaborators? Because they might be listening. Who knows?
Uh, Dream collaborators. I really like Tyler Rodriguez. I think she is doing really good things, and
Mhm.
she seems super cool. She seems super down to earth. I think she'd be cool to write with. Um, Liam Mahi. I've done a few calls with him. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's cool to write with. But yeah, honestly, I'm open to anyone. Anyone who wants to write that's listening, hit me up.
Yeah. And I know Liam's been doing quite a bit of co-writing, so it sounds like he's keeping himself busy too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, I had a question on the tip of my tongue and then I think it's gone. So now I'm going to default to something else that I also plan to ask you, which is are you the sort of person who sets New Year's resolutions? And if so, do you have any?
Yeah, well, I actually did set one for this year, which was release 2 songs.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I did that, which is really cool. Um, so next year, I don't know. I haven't really thought too much yet. I think one of them will be I want to do a big band show.
Hmm.
Um, and then obviously maybe I'm going to say maybe release another 2 songs.
Okay. Well, given that your resolution for this year came true, it's I'd say go big. It's write the wish list. And in the meantime, is anything on your wish list for Santa? Since we're heading towards Christmas, is Santa? Look, what have you asked Santa for this year?
Uh, I mean, I wouldn't mind a guitar. I wouldn't mind a Gibson guitar. So Santa, if you're listening,
Okay. Any particular color?
anything will do. Honestly, I'll take whatever I can get.
What sort of guitar are you playing at the moment?
A Maton.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I actually really like it.
A lot of people are fond of their matins, I know. Well, Bianca, it is a great song, Bad Routine. As I said, it's my new earworm. Hopefully, it's not your earworm, otherwise, you won't get onto new songs. But I'm enjoying it. So, thank you very much for talking to me, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you for having me. Happy New Year as well.
Thank you.